A salute to Black history, pioneers, and their crossroads. Our group consists of only 3 people, so I'm going to call us the Black History Trio. Consists of Maxine Richmond and Barbara Cardwell and yours truly, Gloria Gibson Suggs. We are here to celebrate a true pioneer among ourselves. Ralph Howard was the first Black manager of a Kentucky Fried Chicken in Holly Springs and Marshall County, Mississippi. So we are here today to salute him and let him know how special his presence have been with us. To get us started off, our song leader here at St. Joseph, Brenda Ralston, will tell you the part that you're going to play in our first song.
I'd like to open up our service with the Black National Anthem, and that can be found on page hymn number 587 in the Blue Book.
Good morning. Good morning. We salute Black history with one of our very own pioneers. He was the first Black manager of a Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant in Marshall County. He has touched many lives in many capacities. And I'm not here to tell you his story because I think he is the one to tell his story. We could be here a little bit longer than usual if I ran my mouth, but I'm not going to. I am very pleased and honored to introduce our speaker for today, a pioneer who has undertaken many crossroads. He will tell you his story in his own words. Let's give a warm welcome for Mr. Ralph Howard.
Good morning. Since I've been already introduced as Ralph Howard, I would like to introduce my family, my two daughters. The oldest daughter, Melissa, stand up please. That's Melissa, that's the oldest daughter. And she thinks she runs me, so I let her do it. And then the baby girl, that's my baby daughter. That's Kimberly and her husband, Chris. He's here with us this morning. We also have special niece, Kanisha. She's been in our lives ever since she was born into the world, so we just treat her as a daughter. And Kanisha, stand up. And then we have the only granddaughter. We have one granddaughter in the family, and that's Kirsten. Kirsten, stand up. And we have three grandsons. One is not here, and the other two are here. That's Christopher Jr. and Quincy Jr. Please stand up. Thank you. Okay, I'm original. Most people don't know that I'm originally from Laura, Mississippi. That's about 30 minutes or about 30 miles or 40 miles from Biloxi, Pascagoula, down in that area. When I first started working for West Quality Food Service, I worked for them for 2 years as a manager. I started out as a person cleaning the parking lot, cleaning the restrooms, and doing odd jobs. And it was something about my boss who saw me. He said, I just want to mentor you. I want you to become a part of my family. And so he said, I want you to get into the management part of our business. And I did. And I worked 2 years under him. And he asked me at the 2 years, he said, we have a store that's going to be opened up in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Never heard of Holly Springs. And I called my mom. I said, Mom, I'm going to be moving to Holly Springs. And she said, oh, go on with that. I don't want to hear that. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to be right here. I said, no. And so the night of me coming to Holly Springs, she called me, and it's like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. She says, where you go? You going to do what? I said, Mom, I told you this a week or so ago that I was going to be coming to Holly Springs, Mississippi. And so I moved up here to Holly Springs, and I was running the first KFC, like I said, the first KFC that was built here in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and moved up here and loved this place. I love this place. And a year after I was here, I met and married the love of my life. A wonderful woman. We had 2 children, Kim and Melissa. And, you hear people say about your spouse. I think I married the best woman in the world. I couldn't say so much. I couldn't say a whole lot, but we got along so well, and I loved her so much. She passed away 3 years ago, and so we accepted that. We understood what was going on with that, and we can continue to go on and move on with our lives. I've had a wonderful journey. My journey here and everywhere I've been has been wonderful. I was introduced to Catholicism at a very early age, and I love it. I love being a Catholic. And so I continue that. I worked with the teaching the classes here at church. I did that for 14 years. By the way, I worked for KFC for 35 years. I was married for 41 years. A beautiful, beautiful relationship with my wife. I now work for Sacred Heart Southern Mission, and I've been working for Sacred Heart Southern Mission for 10 years. Will be my 11th year in May. And the work that I do with Sacred Heart Southern Mission is we serve the community. We cook hot meals Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. We have touched so many lives here in this Marshall County area and other areas. Last year, we served 14,000 meals to this community. Thank you. And we, with Sacred Heart Southern Missions and the Sacred Heart Fathers, it's been an awesome journey. It has been one of the most wonderful journeys. I told my wife, I said, when I first started the job, I said, man, if I could have been here 30 years ago, I would, I would have loved it. And I continue to love what I do. Somebody asked me, said, when are you going to retire? I said, when I can't go no more, when I can't do no more. I'm 73 years old, and I love what I do. I get up, I'm not demanded of anything. I take my time and I do what I want to do over at the kitchen, as long as I'm in the realms of what was supposed to be done. Like I said, we do meals on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tell you a little story. We were serving one night, and we had served the meals, and we do our second round meal. And this guy came in and he got his meal and he ate, and he got up for a second meal, and we had so many people that night, and he come back for a second meal. I said, well, what? I don't have any more. And he says, oh man, he said, that was the first meal that I have had all day. And he said, I was so hungry. Thank you so very much. So I know that we are helping a lot of people in the work that I'm doing, and the work that the Sacred Heart Fathers are doing. I know we are doing a lot of good work for the people. We also clothe the people. We have a clothes closet here at the office there. We give people clothes. I'll tell you a story behind that. We had a lady that come in. She had a van. She drove up and she had a van, and she's just getting clothes. She was getting clothes, and she's just putting clothes in the van. And I asked her, I said, if you don't mind, can I ask you what you doing with all these clothes? And she said, no, I don't mind. She said, I'm from a village in Africa, and where I live, people don't have these kind of clothes. And she shouted in the parking lot because she was so happy. So she packed all these clothes up and she sent them back home to Africa, where the people can be able to enjoy clothes that we take for granted. It's an awesome experience. I've had a wonderful journey. It's been just awesome. I am a member of the Knights of Columbus here at St. Joseph. What else can I say about my last 35 years with KFC? There's been stories there, but the stories that I like to tell about my mission and my work that I do at Sacred Heart Southern Mission. And like I said, it's been a wonderful journey. I don't regret not 1 minute of it. I have enjoyed it all. We help people in the community. That's what we're about. Helping people in this community. making sure that those people's lives, in some way, that we can touch their lives and make their lives a lot better than what we are. Some of us don't experience the things that some of our clients experience, like not having a place to live, not be able to have food to eat. We also have a food pantry, so you can come and get food Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We serve our food. We get donations from Sam's Warehouse. We also get donations from the local Walmart here. Just last Wednesday, the local owner of the local grocery store here at Fred Carlisle's, and his organization presented Sacred Heart Southern Mission, the Garden Cafe, with a check for $3,000 to help us in our ministry. Now, if that's not a blessing, I don't know what is, you know. And so we did photo ops there, and I just can't say enough about what I do. I have been with the community. I have been dealing with people in this community for over 50 years. That's how good it is. No regrets, none whatsoever. And I love what I do. I love what I did, and I love what I do now. And that's enough.
Okay.
Okay.
I am proud to publicly say thanks to you in behalf of the church family. I've been a member of this church for many, many, many years. And I've worked in many ministries during my terms here. And there's nothing that I ever asked you to do that you said no to and did a very fine job.
Thank you.
And I'd like to say publicly, thank you for that. And I'd like to say, well, thank you for being willing to do this in our behalf. And if there are any questions that you would like to ask, Ralph, you may do so at this time. Mm-hmm. Or comments.
Okay.
Kentucky Fried Chickens were in existence when you started?
When I started with West Quality Food Service, I believe that he had like, it may be like 8 or 9. Now he has, they have now, I think his goal was to have 100. And I think they've reached their goal as far as the franchise. Mr. West, who passed away, he was more like a father to me. He opened up a savings account for our firstborn, and he opened up a savings account for the secondborn. And he was just a great mentor for me. And I think I contribute my upbringing and my existence to him as for what he did for me and in my life. I think I want to thank him for being able to accept me and his family. Okay.
Well, I'd just like to say a word about Ralph singing because I appreciate it so much. I like to play the piano, as some of you know, and I play for a lot of weddings. And everybody's told me that you're not a professional musician unless you get paid, and I've never gotten paid. Until Ralph sang at the wedding for me, and the people gave $50 to Ralph and $50 to me, and he just wrote. That's the first time I ever got anybody to pay for me. Thank you.
What do you think the clothes from? Did you take donations for the community?
Clothes are brought in. A lot of people will taking clothes to Goodwill, and where Goodwill refurbish them and sell them. What we do here is that we don't refurbish them, but what we do, we take them in and we give them to you free. So you don't pay for anything. We not just clothes. We get shoes. Leon, his wife, she does work, and when she gets pots and pans and knives and stuff, she brings them and bring them to us, and we give them to you. Just to be in that ministry, I can't explain it enough. To be in this particular ministry, and you meet people that are willing to give of themselves and give things, it's awesome. It's an awesome thing, and you want to thank all the people in the community that do those things for the sake of the Marshall County and surrounding areas. And I don't know how many we do 6 counties. We do 6.
5 counties, 6 offices.
5 counties, 6 offices, and in this ministry, and it's absolutely awesome. Awesome.
I'd like to say if anybody else is planning on getting married, we are.
Okay.
I just wanted to make a couple comments about this. You heard Mr. Howard say that when he came to Hollow Springs, he got here, he never went back south. He's been there all these years. Fortunately, I was the director for missionary recruitment at Russ College, and I recruited his wife from down south. And she came to Russ College and graduated. She met Ralph. You know, you got the story.
Let me tell you about this story. Let me tell you about that. They say when you pray specifically what you want. You don't just say, well, I want a red Mustang, but you go and explain what you want in that Mustang. And so when I moved up here, I was lonely. And like Adam, I require an Eve. And so I pray to God. I said, I need a companion. And I said, now when you send me this companion, don't send me one that likes to be in the club and like to juke jump and all. I said, send me one that's going to be a Christian woman, a loving and caring woman. And about 3 or 4 months after I prayed that prayer, a friend of mine, he said, I have this lady friend of mine that she's single and she wants to meet you. And I said, okay, that'll work. Well, before that, I had seen this lady. I spoke to her, and she spoke, and she went on her way, and I went on my way, not knowing that was going to be my wife. And so when I went to visit her, there was a little voice said, there's your wife. And a year later, we were married. And a year later, the oldest daughter was born. So that's how blessed I am, that God has shown favor to me. He's been really good to me. A lot of people says about my gray hair. I said, well, why don't you dye your gray hair? I said, no, that's a blessing. It's good to be able to show my gray hair. It's good to be able to do what I'm doing like I'm doing.
Good morning, my name is James Benson. I'd like to speak on my experiences with Ralph. And I'd like to start out with something funny. When Ralph and me after last, we always joke about something. And there was this joke that I heard, and I say it to the catechist students that I have now. There was a lady who was under a lot of pressure, lost a job, didn't have any money, and was about to lose a home, and her neighbor was an atheist. So the lady would come outside in public and pray out in the open and say, Lord, I need help, send someone to help me. The atheist guy would mock her. So one day she came out and started praying, and the Lord, I I really need your help. So the 8th grade guy went to the store, bought food, got money for her to pay her rent, and he put it on the front porch. And he did, because he knew what time she was coming outside. So she came outside and started praying, and she saw all this food and money on the porch, and she threw her hand up and said, Lord, thank you for bringing this food and money to me. The 8th guy jumped out around on the bush and hollered, the Lord didn't give it to you, I did. And the lady threw her hands up and said, thank you, Lord, for making this double praise. Ralph recruited me to be one of the candidates. And I enjoyed the opportunity to tell and talk to the students, and I tell them, well, I know that I didn't live. I am a Christian, born Catholic, Catholic through Catholic church all my life. I didn't want to accept that because I was thinking in my mind that I'm not worthy to be the teacher to these students. So I tell these students when I start classes or begin the class that God changes everything. So whenever you have any situation or problem, just pray. And God will help you. So I didn't know that Ralph recruited me that he was going to back away from the catechism, and I'm still. But I want to thank Ralph for the experience and the mentor that I got from him to work with the children. And one thing I also mentioned to them that don't ever call a child a kid, because Jesus Christ never did. Never call a child a kid. He referred to any human as some kind of animal. So I stress to my students to always communicate your children of God. We're all children of God. And we can eliminate the word kid out of the media and everything. Now I have a personal feeling that we can change these children now who are doing evil things. Because if you refer to them as animals, why would you want to be a follower of Jesus Christ? Because we're all human beings and we're children of God. And I want to thank you, Ralph. I still enjoy being with the students, and I appreciate everything you taught me and showed me, and thanks.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I told you I could talk, so I was waiting on Ralph to say a lot of things, but he didn't. So I want to say this, Ralph is a born leader. Ralph, we had a CYO, active CYO here at the church, and Ralph was over it. Our church was vibrant with our children. Okay, and going back to KFC, he was the first black manager of a Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant, but he didn't say he cooked. I don't remember saying he cooked. You're talking about a wonderful chef, a cook. He could fry some chicken, and he could also just prepare different menus. And he caters. He caters. KFC, I think he led the KFC that was on Memphis Street. Was in Memphis over by West College. You're over there.
Right.
And then you moved down on...
I went to Oxford. I managed the restaurant in Oxford, Mississippi, Senatobia, Mississippi, Batesville, Mississippi, and Bolivar, Tennessee. What they call me the troubleshooter. So if a store was having problems with the food costs, they would send me. I would either come there to help you to recover, or I came there to fire you. And so when I would go there, I tell the manager, I said, relax, I didn't come here to fire you. I came here to help you. So we're going to find out why you running a 40% food cost when you should be running a 30% food cost. And so that's what I did later on. And I went from around. All of my years I traveled. I didn't stay here in Holly Springs. I stayed here in Holly Springs, but I traveled outside of Holly Springs. Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And KFC has not been the same since he left. The chicken does not taste I mean, that tastes as good as it did when he managed. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm speaking from experience.
Thank you very much for sharing your story. I mean, we have some young people in the church. If you have one advice to give to them, what would it be? What advice?
The advice that I would give to young people, and right now I'm mentor a young guy. He's 15 years old, and I'm trying to stir him in the right direction. And my thing is that sometimes we are led astray. And I would tell a young person to look up, be encouraged, believe in Jesus Christ, and just be mindful of the things that you are doing. There is a right and there is a wrong. And we should always choose the right path and not the wrong. Sometimes we can be misled. And your homily was very good. I got a lot out of it this morning. And so we just help young people. And I did. I helped young people. I did catechism for 14 years. And it was time for me to move on to let somebody else come in that place. So I really think that I did my part as far as helping the young people. And I did. And you have some of them that come back to you and say, you did this for me. You changed me for the better, not for the worse. And as I'm journeying through this, I still meet a lot of people, a lot of kids that when I was doing youth, we go to Jackson, Mississippi. We would take the youth down there. We spend weekend down in Jackson, and we just and like I said, I really enjoy my journey. I really enjoy my journey, the journey that I'm on now. I really enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. And we also went to Hoffinger's conference in New Orleans. We that was a week down in New Orleans, and we did that, and that was good. That was a wonderful thing too. We learned a lot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If there are no more questions, we would like for Ralph and Brenda to lead us in a closing song, and then it will be over. But if you have any more questions, you have a chance for maybe one more, and then we'll end it.
Sister Rose.
Sister Rose.
My name is John. I'm not Catholic. I'm Methodist. But Mr. Ralph, this is my second chapter in life. I have recently retired. And my sister has been working with Mr. Ralph for several years. And by happenstance, she asked me to come over and help one day. And I came over, I helped, and God said, this is where I want you to be. And everything we do is on voluntary basis, but I knew Mr. Brown, but I didn't know Mr. Brown. And I want to tell you, he is a marvelous, wonderful person. And his passion for people is overwhelming. How he gives of himself daily. He pours out his heart through his food. That's how he shows you that he loves you. And he gives everything he has. And everything that he does is with purpose. I watch him with the young man that he is mentoring. He treats him as a father should treat a son, with love and kindness, but with correction. And I am so
thankful that I have met Mr. Ray. This is my second chapter, and I just want to run off to see what the end is going to be. And I got to get to my church now. So I want to say to Mr. Ray, congratulations. It's a wonderful thing that I made.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, I too work with Ralph on Tuesdays and Thursdays in serving the community, and I enjoy it immensely. I've learned a lot, about how an industrial kitchen is ran, and it's a lot to it, let's just say. But one day, Ralph, in passing, I asked you what was your favorite song,
Right.
and you said, "How Great Thou Art." So I'd like to sing that for you.
Okay.
All right. Oh Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
Thank you all so very much.